What's going on, guys? So today got some gear in the mail and thought I'd share some of my first thoughts this Sunday morning here. Don't mind the pajamas, just rolled out of bed and thought I'd put together a quick first looks video. Played around with it a little bit last night and this morning, and just wanted to share some thoughts with you. So here we are. I'll go ahead and get into it. What I've got here on the front of this new plate carrier as well, but it's kind of old familiar. This is a LEPC front piece, and then it has an APC back panel. Just did a quick modification there, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We've got the Haley Strategic Partners triple mag pouch, or TRMP, and it's got, you know, the elastic in the front, MP2 inserts in there for retention on the magazines, elastic sides allows it to expand a bit, and it's set up on a placard setup, a Mayflower placard setup here. So this is how I'll be running it, but I'm sure you guys have seen the videos. So what I want to talk about today is a little bit more about the retention, the magazine types, and just kind of first impressions getting this thing out of the box. Have yet to run it, so we'll provide some more updates later, but otherwise, it's looking pretty good at first look, but let's talk about it. All right, so got this thing on here in your, run-of-the-mill standard Larpers configuration, complete with sweatshirt and PJ bottoms here. But realistically, right, we've got this on, and so I want to run through a couple of different magazine types with you. So kind of the thought process behind this, why did I originally pick this up? I've used HSGI tacos, I've used G-Code, Agilite, Blue Force gear, 10-speed, the S-Tac Kiwis, the list goes on and on. So why did I decide, hey, this is worth my hard-earned income, and why should I pick this up? At first look, it's like, hey, this thing can just eat any magazine type, regardless of what it is, and it fits it all. So I really wanted to test that out. That's really important for me. Not just in the reel seal that we shoot, there's a lot of variety in the magazines, but also on the airsoft side of things. I've got 4 different guns with completely different magazines and requirements, and that was really becoming a headache, especially with the kit, because you got your radio, your comm set up, it's all well adjusted, and then having to switch from rig to rig to rig was really cumbersome. It's something that I wanted to avoid. So that's why I went with the HSP TRMP here. So let's go ahead, run of the mill, just regular MWS gas magazine. We put it in the TRMP, boom, clicks in there. Super easy, great retention, clicky, again, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos already. This isn't the first video that you'll click on to learn about the TRMP. But so we've got this is a California legal 1020 Pmag Gen 3. Pretty good. It gets a little hung up sometimes, but actually really great retention and plenty of space, especially with a 20 rounder, to be able to grab that and rip that out. So that's easy. 30 rounder should be pretty straightforward, right? Pretty easy to get to. And I'll do the left hand, because usually doing the left hand reload, pretty easy to get out. Also got a 25 rounder 308 mag. So this one's a little bit tighter. It does jam up on the MP2 insert, but you can muscle through it. You just don't want to shove it in too deep, otherwise what's going to end up happening is that plate's going to come up and kick you in the chin. So that's that. Also got a AUG gas mag. Again, goes in there. Pretty good. Again, solid retention. One thing I do want to note is it does stick out a fair bit when you guys use the MP2 insert. It's probably going to be about a mag and about half a mag of extra width pushing out. Not a huge deal breaker, but something to note in case you are trying to go for a very, very low profile setup here. So got an MP7 mag here. Again, pretty good retention. I do have a Faro Concepts, I think it's called the pullover quad something. For the MP7 specifically, it's more of an insert, but that slaps on the placard. Probably going more that route because it's a placard setup and I can change that up very quickly. But hey, in a pinch, does it fit? Absolutely. So not a problem there. And the big one though, because I have a Tokyo Marui AKM. We did the measurements on an AK magazine, and it's pretty much one-to-one spec for this part of the body here. And this is where we get to kind of a big hang up. So I'll put the AK mag in there, it clicks pretty good. But if I'm trying to go quickly into it, it can jam up sometimes, especially if you jam it in there in a pinch and then you pull up. It's getting hung up, you know, a couple of times there. And so, you know, that was causing some problems, especially with 3 here, and then the curvature of the mag kind of gets in the way as well because it's an AK. You know, it was causing some problems. So what did I do to try to solve that? Obviously, I have a ton of pouches laying around, a ton of Kydex inserts as well. So I ended up playing around with it. And so these two on the side here, these actually have the STAC Kiwi Kydex inserts. And so this is what they look like. I've taken I took the Velcro off the side because it wasn't necessary for these pouches, but I ended up putting these in. So let's go run through again and just take a look. So AK mag, the one that was kind of getting hung up, slides in there easily, and I can easily remove it. And you notice the plate carrier isn't coming up with the magazine. So that's super useful. MP7 mag, again, still like not as positive as the click as the MP2 inserts, but still it comes up, you know, fairly easily. Not a problem there. AUG mag can go in there, and again, more of the same. So I'm not sure they have the reasons why they went with the MP2 plastic mold injected insert and all that, but you know, for my purposes, the retention is high enough, especially with like the 308 too. Like, that's infinitely better in my opinion because it flexes out of the way. It's also lower profile, especially with these larger mags. It doesn't stick out as far. I'm seeing maybe like 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of sticking out with the Kydex inserts. All right, so one thing I realized after shooting the video, just cutting it in here real quick, was to show, hey, how much retention are we losing by putting the STAC Kiwi Kydex inserts into the HSP TRMP. These are, you know, gas magazines, so I think they're a little bit heavier or just a little bit lighter than a fully loaded actual magazine, but as you see here, I'm not shaking it too violently, but I am shaking it a good bit. And hey, look, if you're in this position and you're shaking around, you got bigger problems than your magazine's falling out, guys. But you know, we don't have a problem with retention, even with the little bit softer Kiwi inserts. And then that's kind of what it looks like there. You guys can see that with it sticking out. And if I grab this mag and put it into the MP2, that's the difference that you'll see. So it's just a little bit more low profile, but I mean, it's we're splitting hairs at that point. But just want to show you that, and just want to show that for you guys. So I've made this modification of the pouch. Obviously, going to continue to run it, test it, see how this changes things. If I need to go back to the MP2 inserts, but just, you know, again, larping around the house, playing around the house, and you know, clearing the bedrooms because that's where all the perpetrators are. The STAC Kiwis and this Kydex insert, in my opinion, is a lot better than the MP2 insert if you're looking for flexibility in terms of the different magazines. I mean, I've got God knows how many different types of magazines here, right? So just something to note, if you're just running strictly AR15 Pmags, like, you know, and all you do is you run an AR15 and M4, whatever it may be, you don't need to do anything. And honestly, an STAC Kiwi is a pretty great option as well. One thing to note about this, and I'm sure you guys have seen the videos again, but hey, look, if you need to scale up your loadout, boom, there's extra elastic in the front, and that just allows you flexibility depending on the loadout, depending on the gear. little tougher to get out. You saw the plate carrier kind of come up with me, but you know, for those mags, I would just use that in a pinch at that point in order to have extra ammo with me and be able to stay in the gunfight. So that's all I got today. Just wanted to shoot a quick video, show you what's come in. There'll be more to come as continue to test this, you know, run it and gun it, and you know, find out what makes it tick. So appreciate you guys watching. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. It's crazy. So appreciate everybody watching, and hey, if this was helpful, give the video a like, and you know, consider subscribing. Got more of this stuff coming, and looking forward to continue to do this. All right, until next time, see you guys in the field.